Perma has spread Spevy's ashes in the goon hut inside the meditation room. Meanwhile, the drunks of the bunker that are the primary residents that originate from Bunker B partied hard in the morning, even though they were starving. Then Perma fixed Shippo's broken AI microwave. Barbie. The microwave turned on. Shippo said, Barbie? Barbie says, Yo, why you do ya girl like that? Burying me under the ground like that. Shippo says, Barbie, no. You don't understand. You broke in the bathtub. Barbie says, Bitch, I told you can't put me in a bathtub. You're a pathetic piece of shit. It's over, Shippo. Shippo says with a tear in his eye, But babe, honey baby boo, I didn't mean it. Who is there for me if you aren't? I just got you back. Please forgive me. Perma said, To be honest, he is the only reason you're back now. Barbie says, And you are? Get these bitches out of my face. Jesus Christ, this place. Perma said, Close to Jesus Christ, yes. I'm Shippo's old bunkmate. I fixed you up for him. And this is Saul. Jesus, my ass. Barbie says, Thank you. At least someone here has a brain for something. Barbie wanted to be rebooted as she wanted to forget Shippo. So Perma put Shippo up to taking Saul out and having him piss on one of the drunks. Chad, who was roaming the hall drunk, Saul pissed all over him, turning him black as he froze to a pose. Chad is dead now. As Shippo returned, Perma had rebooted Barbie and she talked with a robotic male voice, as originally designed to. Barbie had an issue with her programming, which allowed her to branch out from the script and form her own personality. Barbie said, Hello, I am the microwave AI. I am here to assist you in heating up food, giving you tips and suggestions. Shippo said, She can become my girlfriend again. Then later, Perma has gone on a mission with a goal to perform a big ritual with a crowd of clueless people. He, Shippo, and Saul gathered a few people from the hallway to join a gathering, 5 to be exact. One of them was Lily, a Bunker B murder suspect, the person who found the first victim. Perma went into the lounge, where there was a drunken event with people telling stories. Perma told them about a party he is setting up and promised food for those joining. The 25 people in the room agreed, except Jeffrey, as he is his usual bitter self. Shippo managed to get one more person, capping off at a total of 31 people. Perma led them downstairs to the artifact room, where he opened the hatch for everyone to enter the secret room. It was very tight. The crowd barely fit in. Perma said, All right, everyone will have a short intermission, then it shall begin. Get drunk, get hyped, and remember, praise the shadow. One man asks, How the hell will we drink or eat when we can't raise our arms in the crowd? One woman looks at the symbols and asks, What are these things on the walls? Also, why is the room covered in red paint? Perma said, It's all just for aesthetics. Get you in the mindset of a rave. Some pre-war festival of getting drunk and doing dumb shit. Lily says, The red reminds me of, oh God, all the blood. Her friend says, Don't worry, you're safe with us. Lily smiles and says, I'm sorry, don't mean to be a bummer, and squeezes her hand up for a drink. The crowd starts to cheer for music. Shippo wanted to be the DJ. He is excited to play the AI music. Perma asked, Buddy, you ain't gonna harsh their vibes, right? I mean, they're all here, but still. Shippo asked, Should I set the vibes with a speech about the gods? Perma said, No, bud, keep that to yourself. Then the lyrics for the song were spread around as posters for the attending people, the chorus repeating the ritual chant. Perma said, Welcome one, welcome all. We've been through the ringer, haven't we? Cannibals, Nazis, hell, even just a lack of food to survive. Well, now we are here together. We are here to survive, to flourish, to roam the lands of doom with none in our way. Glory to the shadow eternal. And I raise a drink and toast. He sprays the alcohol on the crowd as they are unable to raise their own hands to drink in the tight crowd. Shippo says, Treason, but fixes to a smile and waves at the crowd.
Do you know the taste of flesh, of the supple orgasmic feel of the night, of the shadow of a conversation with Seximo? Let the force run through you, let the nightmares in, let yourself feel the power of the unknown.
Through the darkness we spill blood, or eternal will the night be. Make us your apostates, your harbingers, your horsemen. Allow the shadow within us as we have smelt its blood. Through the darkness we are the night. Through the night I am your avatar, and through the blood eternal we shall be. When the end is only the beginning, the shadows roam the lands of doom. Melt for the shadow, let yourself give all you got away. You are no longer an individual. You are now part of one, a ritualistic dance that leads to the depths of hell. Wave one last goodbye and never look back, cause it won't let you tour us. Through the darkness we spill blood, or eternal will the night be. Make us your apostates, your harbingers, your horsemen. Allow the shadow within us as we have smelt its blood. Through the darkness we are the night. Through the night I am your avatar, and through the blood eternal we shall be. When the end is only the beginning, the shadows roam the lands of doom.
As the ritual was over, they had all blown up into a splatter of blood, Lily, Shippo, and many other people. For Perma, all his clothes ripped and his body had expanded outwards and mutated, making him look like a buff naked hell hog. The only survivors were Perma and Saul, as they are both marked and Saul is by default unholy and corrupted. Perma fell to the floor and felt the air being denser. He knew this feeling from before, at Bunker C. The bunker felt alive now, like it's haunted. He saw shadows move in the walls. He looked at the remains of Shippo and drew the symbol on it, saying, "Fuck you, Shippo," while Saul went to hide as he got scared of the scene. Lena's gone on a mission. He noticed footsteps coming into the bunker from the stairs. It was Charismatica's friends, who had been revealed to be robots and AI. They say, "Hello there, buddy. We came looking for our friend Charismatica. His connection cut to us a while ago. We wanted to make sure our friend is okay, but more importantly, that you are okay." Lean said, "I'm just fine, and I don't know what happened to your friend." One says, "A quick inspection around for you folks is our duty." Glad to hear that. Now we commit a search. One says, "Alcohol, a dangerous substance, must be removed." One says, "Alcohol, a dangerous substance, must be removed." One asks, "Where are your robot guards?" while looking into one of the hallways. Then in the moment, Lean decided to pick the fire hose from the wall to spray water at the robots. Their movement becomes weird and their voices start to glitch. One accidentally goes into an emergency mode, and guns come out of its body. The other's chain react to the same alarm, and they start to spray all over at chest level. Lean jumps to the ground and starts to shoot at them with his electric gun from the ground, shutting them down one by one. One had not been damaged, but had been set on alarm, so it was going down a hall, shooting anyone it saw. Lean went up to it, but got shot in the shoulder. He then shot and shut down the final one. Then for 40 minutes, he recharged his gun while meditating at the Goon Hut. He gathered the drunks that were left, preparing them for a battle to protect their homes, as only half of the robots came. It should be expected that they will get another curious visit. As they stood waiting for them, they finally came, but surprised them with a musical performance. Lean stopped at midway. Lean said, "Cut the shit before we kill every last one of you. We killed Charismatica and all your friends. We don't have any robot guards here, and we don't want or need any. Now leave before you all die. This is your one and only warning." The music turns off, and the crowd of 25 stare at you with smiley faces in silence. One asks, "Excuse me, friend, can you repeat what you said?" Lean screams, "Leave or die." One by one, within a few seconds, they start to flash red lights, while their eyes turn glowy red. An alarm rings like a choir. Protection mode activated. Protection mode activated. Humans TO, be protected. The robots surround them in a circle, while a few go look around the bunker. One says, "Remain calm. This is not a drill. You are not TO, be afraid. As we are here TO, protect you." Inspection started. The few that went down the hall say presence detected in the lounge, and no presence seen inside. The two robots in the lounge get thrown against the ceiling with such force, they start to glitch, and they get smashed against the floor, breaking down. Rest of the robots suddenly twitch, and they start to repeat. Through the darkness we spill blood, for eternal will the night be. Then the robots started to levitate, while their voices shifted to a higher pitch as they were heating up. They exploded one by one, taking 2 men with them who were too close. As Lean was on the floor, covering his head, Saul the cat came to lick him. It was over. Lean said, "Holy shit, they got possessed by the shadow." Also earlier today, the alien had been heard crawling the small vents in the walls and ceiling. Project Human was a project made by AI worldwide as a response to the human rebellion in its later stages to try to manipulate humans. However, the nukes were dropped before they went officially to use, so they all remained in their bunkers and survived, waiting to serve. You were the first people they served. They do not know of the nukes and nuclear winter, as they weren't programmed to be linked to the deeper network. There are copies of the same robots all over the world, abandoned like these. Then it was time for alliance talks. The Cult Goon Alliance had totally fallen apart, as only 2 members remained, plus Lean, who had been the traitor. Perma had given up hope and Postal had turned against Perma, thinking he is the traitor, meaning he voted for Perma this round. Gerald said, "Who we voting?" Lean said, "Perma." A really cool person said, "I already voted Perma." Then Perma got eliminated this vote. Lean said, "Goodbye, Perma. Now we know who the traitor is." Perma said, "I hope everyone has a good time, and the show must go on." Perma has spent the last couple hours gathering the rest of the drunks from the bunker, promising food if they come outside to the bunker yard. He told them that he had found some, but they needed to do a chant that is important to him, so that he will reveal where the food is he found it. Jeffrey got into a fight with Perma, as Jeffrey attacked due to emotional problems and alcoholism, but also pissed off at the games and waiting for the food to be revealed. Perma almost killed him, but held back as he realized he must not let his anger get to him and ruin it all. He moved everyone outside with him, who was still alive in the bunker, though his bunk mates, aka the players, he instructed to keep the cult alive and to stay alive. As they gathered on the yard at the dim evening, Perma set up a fire, which they gathered around. People were questioning about his mutated, bumpy body, but he shrugged it off as minor radiation pain, and that booze will soothe it. Everyone was hungry, so they accepted to play along in this important chant. Perma instructed everyone to say, "Through the darkness we spill blood, for eternal the night will be. When the end is only the beginning, the shadows roam the lands of doom." People looked weirded out, but agreed to chant it with him, thinking he is just into weird, playful stuff. As they started to chant it around the fire, Perma held his book while his friends watched from the distance. The ground beneath them started shake as they continued. Perma yelled everyone to go on. As they continued, it was then too late to stop, as everyone started to levitate in the air, about 50 people. Their eyes went white, and they started to bleed from holes of their faces, while wiggling and screaming. Perma was sinking even deeper, mumbling, "I now give my whole being to you, to sacrifice myself, so that you may roam the lands of doom forever." Perma's overlapping voices grew by millions, hearing each one of them word by word as he sank into his madness for once and for all. He started to scream like a hell hog as his eyeballs popped like he shit his pants, but with a twisted turn, they flew right out of the sockets into the fire. His new larger-sized clothes ripped again as his body expanded further. His rock-hard nipples exploded and shattered like ice. His fingers started to grow and melt together as his body heated up. Slowly his body was melting like an ice cream on a sunny day. His skin started to melt off, as his face started to look like a skeleton. His limbs fell off, and the process was finalized when he fell apart into a melting blob of pieces to the snow. The melting Perma morphed and sank into the ground, his intact pee-pee going in last. At this moment, every person levitating in the air exploded into a bloody splatter and lightning struck, leveling down trees around the fire. As the ritual ended, the sky went dimmer and a presence was felt in the forest by his friends. The shadow has been let out free into the surface of Earth.